Hey guys, in our last video we saw how to derive few calculated fields. We also created a bucket with ranges, right, based on the number of days to deliver. So today we will see how to create few visuals on top of it. So let me go back to the UI. Let's start with few visuals. So I have the sheet inside sheet. Let me start with few filters. So we also created a master calendar, right? So we'll add a few fields from there as well. Let's say here we have month here. We also have quarter. And we will add this shipping company to analyze it. Then category. Okay. So I'll create a simple Sankey chart. Let's explore this. Let me start with the year, or I would say month year. Here we have it in the filter. So let me say month year, and then the shipping company. Basically, we are trying to analyze how much time each company takes to deliver the orders. Okay, so we have this bucket available, so we'll try to utilize that. So we will also add category, and we'll add this bucket range days bucket. Okay, the measure is going to be my count of orders. So how many orders we are handling. So let me take a distinct count of. Okay, so orders. So let's quickly have a look. So we have too many month years. So let's filter a particular year. Let's say 2015. I'll go with a particular quarter. Q1. I see these 3 month years, and we could see all the shipping companies and the respective orders each of them has handled, right? 31, 14, and 4. So these are all the orders handled by the shipping company, and these are the categories they delivered, and this is the days bucket we have. So basically the number of days taken for them to deliver, right? So if I um, okay, what the maximum time taken is 15 to 20 days. Okay, so let's select that, and let's see how many orders falls into this shipping company, right, for this bucket. So we could see Freight Express uh, uh, has got 8 orders in total, and Onliners has got 4, and Ship for You has got 1. So totally these many orders, which took the maximum amount of time. Okay, and which company handled it, and which categories they delivered. So we can drill down, right, on basically the company or the category. So whatever we are interested in, we can further drill down, and this will give us a flow of starting here to here. It's going to give us a flow on each stage. We'll see the count of orders as well. Okay, so this is one sample use case for Sankey. Let me create one more sheet. We will explore the um, other fields which we created in master calendar. Let me copy this filter. I'll paste it over here. Okay. I'll start with a pie chart again, analyzing the same bucket which we have created. So again, it's going to be my count of orders. So since we are going to reuse this in multiple places, it's a best practice to have this as a master measure, like how we did for sales. We'll do the same for order ID. So I'll create this master measure. I'll name it as orders. Okay, so which I will refer over here. In my measure, I have this orders. Okay, so I have this pie chart, which is going to give me the total orders by days range. Okay, or basically the number of days taken. Okay, so now let me create a simple line chart, or I'll start with a bar chart to explore the sales by year. Okay, I'll just have year alone. I'll go with total sales. Okay, and in the presentation I'll enable the value labels. Okay, I'll clear the filter selections. Okay, so colors, maybe I can go with dimensions, so I'll get different color for each dimension. So this is my sales by year. Okay, now we have our date, order date, right? So we can create a trend, right? We will use a line chart and we'll explore this sales by the date. Okay, so let's create a trend chart. I'll drag this line chart. So now if you have noticed, for the lack of space, I have extended the sheet and was adding this visual in the bottom. Okay, so I, in general, it is fine to have a vertical scroll bar. It's normally we tend to avoid horizontal scroll bar, but even here, right, we have something called containers. Okay, we can utilize containers to put multiple objects into it, and we can save space, and we can accommodate more charts in this limited space. Okay, we'll also see an example for that. For time being, let me start with this. So I'll have order date here. The measure is going to be my total sales. So let me select a particular year. I think date will be too much. Instead of date, I will go with month year for time being. Okay. So month year, and I already selected a year for this. So now let's make few changes to this. So first, I'll enable the data points. Next, the x-axis, I will disable this. It's not continuous; it's a discrete value, so I will disable that. The y-axis, no more changes. Yeah, the value labels auto. Okay, so we'll display the labels. So what we see is a trend from Jan to December for this year 2015, right? So instead, if I want to compare multiple years across the month, let me create a copy of it. So instead of going with month year, I can do it with month, right? So let's replace this with month, and you could see the same 2015 sales by different month, but you don't see the year along with it. It's just a month, but we know we have already selected 2015. So now We'll add one more dimension, second dimension, year, to group by these, right? So now, if I clear this selection, so we see trends for each of these years, right? So starting from Jan to December, we can compare the trends side by side for each of the years. So we could see in month of July clearly the 2017 peaks, right? So we could compare the sales for all the 5 years side by side for each month. Okay, so this is one way of creating a trend. So with two dimension and one measure, and this is by month year. Now let me quickly try to put this into a container. Okay, so before we add this into a container, we have to add this to master items. So I'm adding each one of them to the master item, sales by year. So this is sales by month year, sales by month. Okay, now that I have added all these to master items, I will delete all of them, and then I'll add a container. I will add all of these visuals one by one. Okay, sales by year, sales by month, finally sales by month year. Okay, so now we have all these charts in a single container. With the help of these tabs, I can navigate through each of them one by one, and within the same space, right? So we could accommodate four different charts. So this is one use case for container, which is always a better approach for better handling of space, right? I'll finally create one more chart. Since we have all these calendar fields, right? We have year, month, quarter, week, etc. So we can create a drill down measure out of it. Okay, let me create a drill down measure. I'm going to have my year, and then quarter, and then month year. Okay, so I'm going to call this as date drill, or date hierarchy. Let me create this. So I'll quickly create a line chart. Now this time I will add this date hierarchy as my dimension. My measure is going to be total sales, and again I'm going to enable the data points, values, and x-axis is going to be discrete, not continuous. Okay, so now we have this sales by year. Let me select a particular year. So moment I select, it goes to the next level, right? Now we see it at the quarter level. Let me select a particular quarter. It's going to drill down to the next level where we see that month year level. Okay, so this is how we use drill down dimension. So rather than having separate charts for each of these dimensions, we can club it together into a single chart, and can come up with a drill down dimension. Okay, so let me add this also to the master item, sales by date hierarchy. Okay, I'll delete this, and I will add it over here. Okay. So hope you guys are clear with whatever we saw today. So we saw containers, we saw bar charts, pie chart, line charts, how to, and we even saw Sankey. We created filters and few basic visual properties. Please feel free to let me know in the comment section for any clarification. Thanks for watching.